You didn't find this recording. It found you. Let's cut through the illusion right away. There's no such thing as chance. Chance is simply a name for an unrecognized law. Your presence here means a frequency within you has finally aligned with a deeper truth. For years, perhaps your entire life, you've wandered through a fog, sensing that the tangible, demanding world wasn't the complete picture of reality. A splinter has been lodged in your mind, a persistent feeling that a hidden code exists beneath the surface of events, with gears silently turning. You were right. 7 ancient principles govern existence, from starry movements to heartbeats, from personal fortunes to universal rhythms. These keys have been concealed within the Kybalion, the legacy of Hermes Trismegistus, the thrice great, a book many own, but few truly comprehend. This isn't a history lesson. It's initiations. And initiations aren't passive experiences, they're transformative journeys. Understanding these laws requires more than listening. You must live them. You need to re-examine your life through these truths, identifying where you've been unconscious and where awakening begins. Before physical form, before noise, you existed differently. In the great infinite mind of the All, you were a ripple in pure consciousness. No separation existed, only is. You were potential, unmanifested energy, dreaming. And in that dream, you chose limitation. You chose to forget. The descent came next. Birth spiritual heaviness shocked you, pulled from a realm of instant, fluid thought into dense, slow-moving matter. The first and greatest law emerged. The all is mind, the universe is mental. Gravity took hold of you, an invisible force of expectation weighing down your spirit. As a child, you were unknowingly entangled in a web spun by those around you, parents, teachers, society, who handed you a distorted view of reality. They whispered a subtle lie, that you are a tiny, fragile being trapped within your skin, buffeted by a chaotic world beyond your control. Life became a series of reactive moments. Something bad happens, you cry. Something good arrives, you laugh. You were a cork adrift on a turbulent ocean, helplessly tossed by unseen currents. Your teenage years amplified this confusion. You stood before the mirror, hating your reflection without understanding that what you saw was merely an external manifestation of your inner line. Problems seemed to be about external things, a girl, grades, money, when the real battle raged inside your mind. You screamed at the glass, trying to wipe away perceived imperfections, never realizing the true grime was on your own perception. This is the state of the sleepwalker, most of humanity trapped in a cycle of unconscious living, victims of a law they don't even recognize exists. Decades passed in struggle. Remember that sensation of pushing a boulder uphill, only to watch it roll back down? You worked harder, manipulated, strategized, stressed. Sleepless nights filled with catastrophic scenarios inadvertently used the very mental laws you didn't understand to manifest your deepest fears. The terrifying truth is simple. These universal laws operate regardless of your awareness. Gravity pulls you off a cliff, whether you believe in it or not. You were taught to grab, to build walls, to beg, always reacting, never creating. You had no choice. You were a child, accepting the program, learning to be an effect instead of a cause. But beneath this conditioning, something deeper was stirring, a recognition of the principle. As above, so below. As below, so above. The universe was constructing your reality with each passing second through the law of mind. Every fear became a prayer, every anxiety a blueprint. You were building your own prison, carefully placing each brick with your thoughts. Isolation consumed you. The universe seemed indifferent, perhaps even hostile. Why is this happening to me? You wondered. A question that betrays the uninitiated. A true master would ask, how did I create this? But you were not yet a master. You were a seeker wandering in darkness, searching for understanding. Then came a subtle shift. A book might have fallen. A random video could have appeared. Or perhaps you experienced total loss. A divorce, bankruptcy, or death, and in that wreckage, silence finally spoke loud enough for you to hear its whisper. Gradually, you began to understand. The physical world is merely a shadow. Now you stand at a threshold. The three initiates await. The Kybalion is more than text. It's a vibrational transmission. The lips of wisdom are closed, except to the ears of understanding. Your ears are open. You are ready to receive the first great key, the principle of mentalism. The universe is mental. This isn't metaphorical. It's literal physics. Everything you perceive, your hand, the sky, stars, objects around you, isn't solid matter, but mind. It's energy, vibrating at a rate that creates the illusion of solidity. Consider water's transformations: ice, liquid, steam. All H2O, just at different vibrations. Matter is simply frozen spirit. Spirit is melted matter. Consciousness is the universe's fundamental substance. Why does this matter? Because a mental universe is malleable. If the world were rigid stone, you'd be powerless. But it's not stone. It's smoke, a dream. And you are the dreamer. You've been trying to change the dream by rearranging furniture, working more hours to alter your bank account, arguing to improve relationships. You've been attempting to move shadows with your hands. The Kybalion reveals a deeper truth. Transformation begins at the source. The projector is your mind. You're not a character in the movie. You're the writer, director, and screen. The Kybalion demands you take radical, terrifying responsibility. Look at your life right now. The problems weighing you down. Lack of resources, loneliness, health issues, confusion are all mental creations. This truth burns. The ego recoils, preferring victimhood. If it's not your fault, you don't have to change. Blame the economy, government, or childhood. Stay small. Complain. But you're done being small. Power demands total responsibility. Accept this. Your current reality reflects your past thoughts. For years, you've unconsciously broadcasted signals. I am not enough. Money is hard. Love hurts. The world is dangerous. The universe listened and responded. As you wish, it constructed a world confirming every belief. This awakening hurts. It's a fire of truth burning away comfortable lies. You're standing in the wreckage of your mental architecture. Yet hope exists. You built this prison, so you can dismantle it. Your mind created the sickness. Your mind can create healing. Your thoughts generated poverty. Your thoughts can generate wealth. You hold the key of mentalism. The Purens Pinterest of correspondence. As above, So below, as below, so above. This is the law of mirrors explaining reality's mechanism. Stars and microscopic worlds aren't different. They're identical patterns at different scales. An atom mirrors a solar system. Blood flows like rivers. Brain structures reflect galactic webs. The most critical application. As within, so without. Your external world perfectly prints your internal landscape. You've been trying to fix the without, while ignoring the within. You have been scratching at the mirror, trying to comb your hair, blind to the insanity of your actions. No wonder you're exhausted. You've been fighting reflections. The world around you is a direct manifestation of your inner landscape. When chaos, fear, and scatteredness live inside you, your external reality must mirror that state. It's a universal law. Work 80 hours a week, but if poverty resonates within your core, money will slip through your fingers like water. Your subconscious is a master director, casting actors who confirm your deepest beliefs about yourself. Those who hurt you, bosses who fired you, lovers who left. They were all mirrors. Do not hate these reflections. Thank them. They revealed what was hidden in your own shadow. Standing in the hall of mirrors is disorienting. There's no escape. You cannot deceive the law. Lie to friends, to your spouse, even to yourself in your diary. But the universe reads your vibration, not your script. Fear creeps in. The weight of total responsibility feels overwhelming. But this weight is sovereignty. A king carries more burden, yet commands the entire kingdom. You are claiming your crown. The principle of vibration. Nothing rests. Everything moves. Everything vibrates. Look at the table before you. It seems motionless, but it's a dance of billions of atoms spinning at incredible speeds. Stop vibrating, and it would vanish. Science is catching up to ancient wisdom. Quantum physics confirms everything is energy. The Hermetic teaching goes deeper, revealing that matter, mind, and spirit differ only in vibration rates. Imagine a spinning wheel. Spin slowly, and you see spokes. Spin faster, it becomes a solid disc. Spin even faster, and it might disappear, becoming a high-pitched hum. Your emotions are vibrations. Your thoughts are vibrations. Everything pulses with movement and energy. Our inner world vibrates at different frequencies. Fear is a heavy, dense feeling like mud, while joy is light and fast like steam. Love resonates at the highest vibration, closest to the universal energy. Here's a crucial insight you've missed during your struggles. Problems cannot be solved at the same vibrational level that created them. When you think about sadness, you're operating at the sadness frequency, which only deepens your emotional hole. Change requires shifting your vibrational rate. Think of yourself as a radio stuck on 88.5 FM, the station of struggle. This channel broadcasts constant narratives of heartbreak, disaster, and pain. You've been shouting for different music, trying to rewrite the songs, but never touching the dial. The Kybalion's wisdom is simple. Change the station. You don't need to fix the current frequency. Just leave it. In the abundance frequency, problems like poverty cannot exist. Different vibrations are fundamentally incompatible. But transformation isn't easy. You've tried before, attending seminars, reading self-help books, feeling momentarily elevated before crashing back into old patterns. This struggle stems from the fourth principle, polarity. Everything contains its opposite. Hot and cold are temperature variations. East and west are points on the same line. Love and hate are passionate emotions, just polarized differently. You've been trapped in this duality, swinging between hope and despair, motivation and laziness. These aren't separate battles, but interconnected states. Because they're fundamentally the same, they can be transformed. You can't convert hate into meth. They're different categories. But hate can become love because they're essentially the same emotional frequency. The path is clear. Raise your vibration. Leave the station of struggle. Tune into a different frequency. You can transform fear into courage. Poverty can become wealth. This is mental alchemy. The alchemists weren't actually trying to turn lead into gold. That was just a cover story to keep people at bay. Their real mission was deeper, converting the lead of the lower self into the gold of the higher self. Most people get stuck when they try to be positive because negative forces seem to push back harder. Why? Because they're fighting against the natural rhythm of existence. Everything in life flows. Things rise and fall. Tides come and go. This fundamental law has caused immense personal suffering. You've experienced this countless times. A life you built suddenly collapsed. Love's initial spark faded. Productive days gave way to weeks of total exhaustion. Each time, you took it personally. You believed something was wrong with you. But you weren't broken. You were simply experiencing the swing. Pendulum movements are universal. Empires rise and collapse. Stock markets fluctuate. Seasons change. Your moods, energy, and mental states all follow this rhythmic pattern. For years, you've been strapped to this pendulum. When it swung toward joy, you were elated. When it moved toward pain, you were devastated. Essentially, you were a slave to these tides. The true master observes the pendulum without being controlled by it. This is the secret of neutralization, a forbidden technique. Picture the pendulum's arc. At its lowest point, movement is violent and wide. But at the pivot point, there's minimal motion. The master rises above this swing, maintaining a calm perspective. When the tide retreats, the master doesn't mourn. When it returns, the master doesn't cling. By refusing to identify with emotional extremes, you can escape the swing and let the rhythm pass beneath you. Remember those rare moments of unexpected calm during crisis, when everyone around you panicked, but you remained cold, sharp, and focused. Those were instances of accessing a higher law that neutralizes lower vibrations. You momentarily became the eye of the storm, but you couldn't sustain it. You didn't understand how to remain there and fell back into familiar dramatic patterns. Now you're exhausted, tired of the constant rise and fall. You crave stability. You want the unbreakable gold that never tarnishes. You are ready for the cause. Life operates by laws, not by chance or luck. Every situation in your life has a root cause, whether you're poor, lonely, or sick. These causes often lurk deep in your subconscious, planted long ago, perhaps generations back. Like hidden clockwork, they silently produce the effects you experience today. Most people drift along, controlled by their environment and the stronger wills around them. They're like pawns moved across life's chessboard by external forces, heredity, and suggestion. But the masters are different. They rise above these constraints. They don't just react, they initiate. They control their moods, character, and surrounding environment. Instead of being moved, they become the movers. Look at your hands. Are they the hands of a pawn or a player? You've spent your life reacting. News scares you. Bills panic you. Insults anger you. React. React. Being a master means saying, I am not moved by the world. The world is moved by me. This sounds like arrogance to the unaware. But to the awakened, it's the deepest humility. Because the me, moving the world, isn't your small ego, but the divine spark within your heart. Gender exists in everything. Masculine and feminine principles, working in union. You contain both. The masculine of will and action, I am, and the feminine of subconscious and creativity, I feel. But these principles are often in conflict. Your will might want wealth, while your subconscious believes wealth is evil. When masculine and feminine are divided, nothing is created. Your inner house is split. The king and queen of your soul aren't communicating. This inner division creates sterility, mental impotence. You spin your wheels, going nowhere. Will, representing the conscious mind like a king, strains and struggles, expending all his energy in relentless pursuit. Meanwhile, the subconscious, embodied as the queen, generates turbulence and disruption, a defensive mechanism guarding the inner self against the potential threats posed by conscious ambitions. The path to true transformation lies in harmonizing these internal forces. This requires a delicate union between conscious intention and subconscious emotion, where thought and feeling merge into a singular, resonant frequency. When this sacred marriage occurs, something miraculous emerges. A new reality is conceived and born. This offspring, this fresh manifestation of existence, represents the profound potential that arises when our deepest conscious desires align perfectly with our underlying emotional landscape. The 7 laws have been laid bare. You've intellectually mapped the territory. Mentalism, correspondence, vibration, polarity, rhythm, cause and effect, gender. But knowledge isn't power. Application is. Right now, you're standing at a critical threshold. The machinery of your life is visible. Strings of past patterns are exposed. Mirrors of self-reflection surround you. Ignorance has died, and with it, your excuses. A stark question vibrates in the silence. What will you do? The old world beckons. Distractions hover, ready to pull you back into collective slumber. You teeter between understanding and transformation, between being an initiate and becoming a magician. This isn't about theory anymore. This is about practical alchemy. How to transmute fear into power instantly. How to polarize your mind when everything crumbles. How to command your subconscious to build a palace, not a prison. The ancient wisdom was carefully guarded. Revealing too much to the unprepared is like giving a loaded weapon to a child. Are you ready to truly grow? The path demands sacrifice. Silence. Unwavering will. You must be willing to shed the version of yourself that existed moments ago. To stop being an effect and become a cause. If you're prepared to dissolve your old self, to wield true power, then we move forward. We'll take these 7 keys and methodically unlock the chambers of your life. The door opens. The atmosphere shifts. Vibration rises. Stay present. The true secret approaches. Step through. Do not look back. In the alchemical laboratory of your soul, silence and darkness envelop you. But this darkness isn't the darkness of fear. It's the darkness of potential, like the womb where creation begins. This is the void from which everything emerges. You hold the 7 keys, But keys are meaningless without knowing how to use them. Mere intellectual understanding isn't power. It's vanity. Many philosophy professors know these laws by heart, yet live in poverty and despair. Why? Because they possess the key but never turn it. Today, you will turn it. We start with polarization. Remember, everything has its opposites. Fear and courage are not enemies, but two ends of the same spectrum. Like a thermometer, they are sliding scales of the same energy. Here's a hidden truth. You've been trying to destroy fear, fighting, and wrestling with it. But energy cannot be destroyed. It can only be transformed. The more you battle fear, the more power you give it. You're attempting to break ice by hammering it. The Hermetic master doesn't fight the ice. The master applies heat. You don't eliminate fear. You transmute it into courage by shifting your mental perspective. Locate the anxiety in your body. Find that knot, that tightness. This is trapped energy. Raw power vibrating at a low frequency. Don't judge it. Don't wish it away. Simply observe. Imagine this feeling as a sound, a low, grinding drone. Visualize a dial set to the fear end. Mentally grasp the dial and slowly, deliberately turn it up. Watch the vibration speed up. The heavy grinding transforms into a hum, then a buzz, then a thrill. Anxiety is just excitement without breath. Fear is power turned inward. By sliding that dial, you're not changing the energy's nature, you're adjusting its frequency. You're taking the very energy that once paralyzed you and transforming it into propulsive fuel. Emotions labeled as negative aren't something to eliminate. They're actually raw material for transformation. Fear isn't an obstacle. It's potential power waiting to be unleashed. The shadow isn't your enemy. It's fuel for inner light. Most people lack the discipline to maintain this understanding. The average mind craves comfort and drama, sliding into familiar patterns of complaint and worry. It's chemically addicted to the rush of stress hormones. Breaking this addiction requires mastering the principle of rhythm, understanding life's natural swings. You know moments of clarity will be followed by confusion. High-energy days will inevitably give way to periods of lethargy. The uninitiated panic during these shifts, believing they've failed. But true wisdom lies in recognizing these cycles as natural. When the downward swing arrives, you will choose non-participation. Think of it like watching a tide. When the water recedes and exposes mud and debris, the unaware person sees only ruin. The enlightened observer sees merely a temporary phase of a larger cycle. Language becomes crucial here. Instead of saying, "I am sad," you say, "I feel sadness passing through me." Instead of, "I am poor," you say, "I observe a lack of funds." This subtle linguistic shift creates distance between your essential self and temporary experiences. You become the sky, witnessing emotional weather without being damaged by it. Storms rage, winds howl, but the sky remains unchanged, holding space without becoming the storm. This embodies the ancient wisdom in the world, but not of it. You don't escape physical reality. You stop being enslaved by its emotional turbulence. The mirror of correspondence, as within, so within. So within represents the deepest, most treacherous spiritual challenge. Theoretical understanding means nothing without practical application. External circumstances are nothing more than a mirror reflecting your inner state. Your bank balance shows zero, and you let it confirm your sense of poverty. An empty bed verifies your feelings of loneliness. You're trapped in a cycle. Reality mirrors your mind. You observe that reality, and your mind reinforces the reflection. This is the circle of doom. The poor spiral deeper into poverty, and the sad sink further into despair. They allow the mirror to dictate their reality, instead of using their inner vision to transform what they see. Breaking free means shattering your trust in immediate appearances. Understanding the law of the time lag is crucial. Physical matter moves slowly. When you shift internal vibrations, transforming fear into courage or lack into abundance, the external world won't change instantly. Consider starlight. What you see traveled millions of years to reach you. Similarly, your current life, your home, job, body, represents crystallized remnants of past thoughts. Don't be deceived by this residue. A true master walks through a prison and sees a palace. This isn't delusion, but recognition that mental construction precedes physical manifestation. Cause inevitably generates effect, like a shadow following a body. Imagine a projector. Change the slide, and the screen image must follow. There might be a momentary delay as the new film loads, but transformation is inevitable. Many fail at this precise moment. They change the slide, see the old movie briefly playing, panic, and revert to the previous state. The real test is maintaining your vision under pressure. Can you hold wealth's frequency while bill collectors call? Maintain health's vibration through pain? Embody love's essence while alone in darkness. Mastery is in positivity during good times. That's mere reaction. True mastery means holding your vision when the world burns around you. This demands the complete dissolution of ego. The ego and the spirit have fundamentally different approaches to belief and perception. While the ego demands physical evidence, I believe it when I see it. The spirit offers a different perspective. You will see it when you believe it. At the core of creation lies the intricate interaction between masculine and feminine principles within the mind. The law of gender reveals that the conscious mind represents the masculine, the will, the seed, while the subconscious mind embodies the feminine, the womb, the soil. Many people sabotage their own manifestations by constantly disrupting the process. They plant seeds in concrete, then repeatedly dig them up to check on growth. A futile exercise that prevents natural unfolding. The subconscious mind operates on a profound, nonverbal level. It doesn't understand English or literal statements. Repeating, "I am rich," 1,000 times into a mirror won't create change, because the subconscious communicates through feeling, imagery, and vibration. Emotional authenticity matters more than verbal declarations. When you say, "I am rich," while simultaneously feeling deep fear of poverty, the subconscious listens to the underlying emotion. It registers the vibration of fear of lack and responds accordingly, creating more scarcity. The most potent moments for reprogramming occur in the twilight states, just before sleeping and upon waking. During these periods, the conscious mind's guard is lowered, creating a direct pathway to the subconscious. The key is not thinking about your desire, but thinking from it. Don't visualize the new car. Feel the leather. Smell its newness from the driver's seat. Don't imagine a relationship. Experience the embrace. Feel the skin's warmth. Don't contemplate money. Sense the relief of financial security. Capture the mood. The mood is the vibration. Falling asleep in the feeling of your wish already fulfilled is like planting a seed directly into fertile soil. You're sending a command to the universal machinery. Make this so. While you sleep, disconnected from your ego's interference, the subconscious will work silently. It will orchestrate seemingly random events, influence unknown people, and arrange coincidences that transform your inner vision into external reality. The world will rush in when you open your eyes. The phone, the news, the problems. Stop. Do not let this tide overwhelm you. Instead, establish your inner vibration first. Before touching a screen or uttering a single word, recall the feeling from your recent dream state. Put on the mask of your new self. Button up the coat of your new identity. Walk into your day believing the wish is already a fact. You might whisper, "But I am lying to myself." No, you are actually speaking the truth of the future into the current lie of the present. The present moment is already dead, gone. What's real is what you are creating. You are a time traveler, bringing the future back and overlaying it onto the now until the now collapses and conforms to your vision. This is the mentalism. This is the magic. But be warned, the world will resist. The collective low vibration of society, the matrix, does not appreciate when a battery unplugs itself. Raising your vibration will irritate people. Friends might drift away. Family could try to bring you back down to earth. They'll say, "Be realistic." Realistic is the favorite word of a slave. It means accepting the limitations others place on you. You are here to create reality, not conform to others' restrictions. The Hermeticist remains silent. Wisdom speaks only to those who understand. Do not broadcast your practices. Do not attempt to convert those still sleeping. This will only dissipate your energy. They will mock you, and their doubt will infect your mind like a virus. Contain your power. Let the pressure build. Consider a steam engine. Open all valves, and steam escapes, leaving the engine motionless. Close the valves, and the pressure builds, enabling movement of mountains. Silence is your containment vessel. Keep dreams secret. Let results become your argument. Flow is not about forcing. The principle of vibration teaches that everything moves. When aligned with the law, you do not push. You move with the current. You've been taught that success requires grind, that you must fight and claw your way forward. This is the physical plane's way, the animal's approach. It is inefficient. It is exhausting. The way of the mental plane is the way of the river. A river doesn't struggle to reach the ocean. It simply flows, yielding to gravity and moving around obstacles. Soft yet powerful, it can carve through stone without force. When you align with your true desire's frequency, opportunities seek you out, not the other way around. This is the distinction between effort versus pressure. Inspired action. Effort feels like pushing against a closed door. Inspired action is the door naturally opening, and you walking through with ease. How can you tell the difference? Effort drains you. Feels like heavy lifting. Inspired action feels like falling. An unstoppable momentum where time disappears and energy builds instead of depletes. Stop forcing the river's path. Instead, tune your internal frequency and wait for the impulse. When that sudden idea, unexpected urge, or intuitive nudge arrives, obey it immediately. These are the universe's coordinates, the breadcrumb trail guiding you. But if stress and lack consume your attention, you'll miss the signal. You'll become deaf, to the subtle whisper. You must clear the static. This requires mental fasting. Just as physical fasting cleanses the body, mental fasting purifies the mind from worldly poison. For 7 days, guard your mental gates fiercely. Block out news horror, reject petty gossip, eliminate violent lyrics, tragic movies, and endless doom scrolling. Every consumed image is a seed. Watch a betrayal movie. You're planting betrayal in your subconscious. Listen to heartbreak songs. You're tuning into heartbreak's frequency. The subconscious doesn't distinguish between entertainment and reality. It absorbs everything as experience. Starve negative influences. Nourish positive ones. Carefully design your reality. Consume only content that elevates. Speak only healing, prosperous words. This journey won't be easy. You're addicted to mental junk food. Withdrawal and boredom will come. Good. Boredom creates the empty space where the divine can enter. As you clean your inner vibration, a strange transformation begins. Things will start to fall away from your life, and this often scares people. You might get fired. Your partner might leave. Your car might break down. Do not panic. This is simply the law of vibration in action. In the silence of boredom, you'll start hearing your own frequency. You are rebuilding your temple, sweeping out the old marketplace, and preparing sacred ground. When you raise your energy, anything that cannot match your new vibration must naturally dissolve. It's basic physics. The dense cannot exist in the presence of light. The job that drained you must go, making room for a vocation that truly feeds your soul. The partner who diminished you has to exit, creating space for someone who fully sees you. Do not cling to the wreckage or try to reconstruct the old life. Let it burn. The phoenix cannot rise until its nest becomes ash. Trust the process. The universe isn't punishing you. It's clearing the construction site and preparing the foundation for something magnificent. Right now, you're standing in the rubble of your old self. It feels smoky and uncertain. But look down. Your hands are glowing. You're holding the tools of creation. You understand that the outside is an illusion. The inside is the true projector. You know how to shift from fear to power, how to stand firm when life's pendulum swings, how to plant seeds in night's profound silence. You're no longer a victim of the 7 laws. You're becoming their master. But one final barrier remains. Identity. You can practice all the techniques, visualize wealth, affirm power, yet if deep in your heart you still identify as the one who struggles, struggle will return. You cannot simply paint over a crumbling structure. You must rebuild entirely. This means killing the old you. This isn't a metaphor. It's a funeral. Say goodbye to the victim, to the one who was hurt, to the one who failed. They are dead. They are history. Step into the skin of your avatar. Who is the version of you that is already won? How do they walk? How do they speak? They don't rush. They know time is abundant. They don't beg. They know they are the source. You must wear this new character until it becomes your skin, until acting feels natural, until the mask disappears into your essence. This is the great work, the magnum opus. In the vibrating silence of your inner laboratory, fusion begins. The old skin itches, tightens, prepares to split. Something new emerges, something ancient, something eternal. You are remembering your true nature. Not a body with a soul, but the infinite mind, focusing itself into a single point called you. You are the law. Yet the journey continues. The mind has been cleared. Tools have been learned. Now you must look outward with transformed vision, understanding how to navigate the great game with newfound power. The archons, guardians of the matrix, have set traps for awakened souls. Now that you are conscious, you are visible. A threat to collective slumber, you require armor, the final seal of protection, and the ultimate secret of the Kybalion. The secret revealing your existence's purpose. Vibration peaks. Frequency reaches its crescendo. You are prepared for the final phase. Maintain the feeling. Do not break the trance. Integration happens now. The door to the final chamber unlocks. Wait. Listen. Can you hear your destiny marching forward? Let us meet it. The door opens. You step out. The air feels different, thinner, sharper. Gravity, lighter. You have risen from the dense valley fog to consciousness's high peaks. But the Kybalion warns of the half-wise. Those who understand the universe is mental, recognize it as a dream, then foolishly ignore physical laws. The half-wise walks before a bus, declaring, "The bus is not real." The bus strikes. He dies. The master comprehends the bus as a mental creation, but respects its physical solidity. He uses higher laws while honoring lower ones. This is the divine paradox. You are infinite, yet finite. A god and a mortal. The ocean and the drop. To navigate the great game, you must walk the razor's edge. The path of the initiate requires holding two seemingly contradictory truths simultaneously. You must embrace both statements. I am the creator of this reality, and I am playing a character within this reality. Falling into only one perspective leads to dangerous extremes, pure arrogance, or complete victimhood. The master understands the fundamental nature of existence as a game. He engages with total intensity, yet maintains a secret understanding of its underlying nature. When he loses, he doesn't destroy the game board, but simply reshuffles and begins again. This brings us to the armor of the initiate, a unique form of protection. As you elevate your energetic vibration, you become visible in realms previously unseen. The system and its guardians, the forces of inertia, perceive you as a disruption. They will attempt to pull you back to mediocrity. To maintain equilibrium, resistance will come. People will provoke you. Situations will attempt to trigger your old reactive patterns. But the Hermeticist's shield is not a physical barrier. A wall that resists only strengthens what opposes it. Instead, your shield is transparency. Think of yourself as mist. When negativity approaches, it passes through without impact. There is nothing solid to strike. This is non-resistance in practice. When the world pushes, learn to pivot rather than push back. Encountering negativity from a coworker, family member, or news report, do not engage or argue. Do not attempt to fix anything or lower your vibration to match their energy. Simply observe. Recognize the low vibration and allow it to pass. By refusing to accept their anger, it remains with them. By declining to react, the crisis loses its power. Fear is its sustenance. Without it, the negativity starves and dissolves. You become the unmovable mover. This is not passive surrender, but the highest form of action. Imagine the eye of a hurricane, while chaos swirls violently around you, destroying everything unstable. You remain centered, calm, silent, connected to Source. From this center, you wield the magician's ultimate weapon, transmutation. As the Kybalion teaches, everything can be transformed from state to state, vibration to vibration. You are an alchemist of energy, with every moment an opportunity for transformation. Life isn't about paying bills and dying. We're something far more profound. Sparks of the infinite spirit on a mission of reconnaissance for God. Our purpose is to experience the full range of human existence, to taste the apple, feel the rain, know heartbreak and triumph, and transform the heavy experience of matter back into the light of spirit. Stuck in traffic and feeling impatient, don't suppress that energy. Seize it. Spin the dial. Turn that impatience into intense focus on your vision. Use the fire of anger to forge determination. See a colleague's success and feel jealousy. Transform it. Recognize that their achievement proves what's possible. The universe operates with deep intelligence. It won't just hand you growth. It will test you precisely where you need development. You'll wait in endless lines. Need courage? Dangers will appear. Struggle with self-love. Expect rejection. These aren't obstacles blocking your path. They are the path. The infinite spirit is perfect but alone. To know itself, it fragments into billions of sparks, each experiencing infinite possibilities. You are one of those sparks. When you awaken and master universal laws, you're helping the all become conscious within the dream. This is why creation feels so good, why you feel alive in flow. You're imitating the Creator, training to become a creative force yourself. Stop throwing energy away in emotional outbursts. Instead, hoard it, refine it, direct it like a laser toward your vision. This is how we build the new earth. Not by fighting the old, but by transforming its energy into something new. Every time you solve a problem using the law, something profound happens. Your vibration quickens. You become lighter and rise a degree, experiencing the magical phenomenon of synchronicity. The cosmos winks at you. These are the signs showing you're on the right track. Suddenly, unexpected connections emerge. You'll think of someone, and they'll call. A book you need appears on a bench. A stranger will answer a question you haven't even voiced. These aren't random accidents. They're the gears of a great machine meshing perfectly with your intent. The space between cause and effect shrinks. You're becoming a conscious co-creator. But beware the ego's trap. As results manifest, your ego will whisper, "I did this. I am special. I am better than everyone else." This is the path of the black magician, a road of separation that leads to destruction. You must remain the humble servant of the law. Understand that you aren't performing the magic. The law is. You are merely the conduit, like a pipe through which water flows. If the pipe believes it is the water, it will burst. Keep your channel clear. Maintain a small ego and an expansive soul. Knowledge without action is futile. Like hoarded wealth, it serves no purpose. The law of use is universal, and those who ignore it suffer. You cannot unknow what you now understand. Turning back would be spiritual suicide. You possess the map, the compass, the keys. The 7 principles are now etched into your neural pathways. 1. Mentalism. The world is my thought. 2. Correspondence. As within, so without. Vibration. I choose my frequency. 4. Polarity. I transmute the negative to positive. 5. Rhythm. I stand firm when the tide turns. Cause and effect. I am the cause. 7. Gender. I create through the union of my will and my feeling. These are your weapons, your tools, your birthright. You stand at the recording's end, but at the beginning of your life. The game of the avatar. Your true mission is far more profound than your current job or name. As a secret agent from the High Council of the Universe, your task is to quietly transform the energy surrounding you. When you enter a room, broadcast a silent wave of peace. Observe how the atmosphere shifts. People will smile, sensing something they cannot explain, a light that softens tensions and opens hearts. Problems become puzzles, tests of your inner strength. Approach them with the calm mastery of someone who understands deeper currents. Each challenge is an opportunity to demonstrate your power. This work must remain your secret. Your silent practice carries immense potential. One day reveals a taste of transformation. A week can reshape your circumstances. A month can alter your entire destiny. You are the awakening, the breakthrough in an ancient chain of unconsciousness. Your ancestors lived in fear, so that you might live in power. Honor their struggle by rising beyond limitation. We are a global network of awakening consciousness. Every time you choose love over fear, you strengthen a collective signal. Lights are turning on across the planet, one by one connecting through the vibration of truth. You are one of those lights. Shine. Underscore, 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 Vibrational Seal. We now embed this knowledge, deprotecting. Rewards, deprotecting get rose. We relax. Unclench. Listen to the silence behind words. Repeat internally. I am not the reflection. I am the light casting the image. The past is dust. The present is power. I do not react. I create. I do not struggle. I flow. The universe is mental, and I master my mind. As above, so below. As within, so without. It is done. The offering and the path, the transmission is complete. The circuit has been closed. In response to receiving profound knowledge, the ancient practice demands an energetic balance. Just as breathing requires both inhaling and exhaling, spiritual growth requires reciprocity. The law of compensation is about energy flow. If these words have resonated deeply within you, if you felt a profound connection to your true self, then take action. Leave your mark, like the video, not to feed algorithms, but as a genuine signal of gratitude. This small act of will declares, I recognize and value this truth. Your next step is to seal your initiation in the comments. This isn't about generic responses. This is your moment of declaration. Write your decree. Claim the truth of your new life. Write, I am the cause. This becomes your first act of sovereignty. By declaring it publicly, you transform an internal realization into a tangible reality. But understand, This is not an endpoint. This is merely an orientation. You've learned the laws, but the true journey lies ahead. The lost method of the golden hour, a day-by-day protocol used by the ancient brotherhood to accelerate manifestation, awaits. Once considered too powerful for widespread knowledge, it is now being prepared for those who have demonstrated serious commitment. This special transmission will not be for everyone. It is exclusively for the true practitioners. Stay alert. Ensure you're subscribed and notifications are on so you don't miss the coming summons. The Kybalion is closed. The work begins. Go, create, be.